Hey everyone, welcome back to our Genesis series. Today, we're diving into chapters 21 through 25. Last time, we covered the Sodom showdown. Now, we're shifting to Abraham's final chapters. This stretch concludes Abraham's epic tale with baby joys, goodbyes, a test of faith, and setting up the next generation. It's filled with laughter, tears, and moments reminding us God's promises endure. Let's unpack it together. Kicking off in chapter 21, Abraham, father of many. Remember Sarah's skeptical laugh when God promised a baby? A year later, it happens. Sarah, 90, and Abraham, 100, welcome Isaac, right on schedule. God did for Sarah as he had said. She's overjoyed, nursing Isaac and proclaiming, God has brought laughter for me. It's pure joy, turning doubt into delight. They name him Isaac, or Yitzhak in Hebrew, meaning he laughs. This wordplay connects to Abraham's and Sarah's earlier laughter. Biblical names aren't just labels, they're loaded with meaning. Forgetting a name back then was like forgetting their essence, unlike today's casual naming. Fast forward to Isaac's weaning party, a significant milestone celebrated around ages 3 to 6. The celebration sours when Ishmael, now a teenager, mocks Isaac, perhaps out of jealousy. Sarah demands, kick that slave woman and her son out. Abraham is heartbroken as Ishmael is his firstborn. God intervenes, telling Abraham to listen to Sarah, confirming Isaac as the heir, but promising to make Ishmael a great nation too. Abraham sends Hagar and Ishmael into the Beersheba wilderness with bread and water, which quickly run dry. Hagar, desperate, leaves Ishmael under a bush, unable to watch him die. The boy cries out. God hears Ishmael, and an angel tells Hagar, don't be afraid, I'll make him a great nation. She then sees a well nearby. Ishmael becomes a skilled archer, marries an Egyptian, and his descendants, the Ishmaelites, grow into a nation. This foreshadows real-world echoes, as many trace Arab and Muslim roots to Ishmael, explaining some Israel-Arab tensions. Chapter 22, the unthinkable, the near sacrifice of Isaac, known as the Akedah, the binding. This intense event echoes God's first call to Abraham in chapter 12, but with far greater stakes. God commands, take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and sacrifice him on Moriah. The precise wording, your son, only son, whom you love, Isaac, highlights the immense emotional cost. Abraham obeys without hesitation, rising early to prepare for the 3-day journey. At the base, he tells his servants to wait. Father and son ascend, Isaac carrying the wood, Abraham the fire and knife. Isaac asks, Father, where's the lamb? Abraham, with a heavy heart, replies, God will provide the lamb, my son. This statement is deeply prophetic, hinting at God providing a ram and, ultimately, a father sacrificing his beloved son for the world. At the summit, Abraham builds the altar, binds Isaac, and lays him on the wood. Isaac remains silent. As Abraham raises the knife, an angel shouts, Abraham, don't harm the boy, now I know you fear God. A ram appears in a thicket, a substitute. Abraham names the place Jehovah-Jireh, the Lord provides. God reaffirms his promises. This test wasn't a mere quiz. Isaac represented Abraham's entire future, the heir, the nation, the blessings. It was God asking for everything, trusting he would rebuild. Abraham's silent yes showed his complete surrender. Jewish tradition and the Quran offer different interpretations, but the core message remains surrender. Chapter 23, Sarah's death at 127 in Hebron. Abraham mourns, then seeks a permanent burial place. He negotiates with Ephron the Hittite for the cave of Machpelah, paying 400 shekels of silver for the deed. This detailed purchase is significant. It's Abraham's first ownership of land in Canaan, a down payment on the promised land. The cave of Machpelah near Hebron becomes the burial site for many patriarchs and matriarchs, remaining a holy site today. Sarah's death, perhaps influenced by the Akedah, solidifies Abraham's quiet stake in the future. Chapter 24, Isaac's marriage. Abraham, now old, instructs his chief servant to find a wife for Isaac from his homeland, not Canaan. The servant, after swearing an oath, prays at a well for a sign. The chosen woman will offer water for him and his camels. Rebekah, Nahor's granddaughter, appears. She fulfills the sign, watering all 10 thirsty camels without hesitation. The servant gives her gifts and bows to God. At her home, he recounts his mission, refusing to eat until he gets an answer. Her family agrees, saying, "The Lord planned it." Rebekah readily accepts, and they depart. Isaac, meditating in the field at dusk, meets Rebekah. He brings her to his mother's tent, marries her, and finds comfort after Sarah's death. Abraham's journey shows immense growth, from early deceptions to a faithful father trusting God's guidance. The good life isn't about hustling, but trusting God and avoiding the burden of broken trusts. Chapter 25, Abraham's death. After Sarah, he marries Keturah and has 6 more sons. He gives gifts to these sons, sending them east, but Isaac remains the primary heir. Abraham dies peacefully at 175. Isaac and Ishmael bury Abraham in Machpelah, a moment of reconciliation. Ishmael's 12 sons become tribal chiefs. Ishmael dies at 137. His descendants, like the Midianites, will appear later in biblical history. Abraham's life, bookended by Sarah's death and Isaac's marriage, is a testament to trust and fulfilled promises. What a send-off for Abraham. From nomad to nation builder, his story is about enduring faith. If Isaac's birth or the Akedah resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Like If Your Team, God Provides, subscribe for the Jacob/Joseph ride, and turn on notifications. See you next time.